Today we're going to talk about the stator on a 1997 Honda Magna 750C. I was having a little bit of problems with the charging system. So basically we're just going to go over a couple short things to make your life a little bit simpler if you're doing it. So basically what I did was I did a battery test on here with the engine running. And the voltage continuously dropped. So I knew something was on with that. Then I went to the stator. This is one of the stator. Oh no, that's not it. I cut it off. So I cut off the stator wire and pulled it back through, but it winds up around here and comes through here. It's 3 prongs. It's also back over here. See these 3 yellow wires? You can also check it from there. The only issue checking it from there is if you have a faulty wiring connection from this point to that point, it might give you false readings. Checking stators, pretty simple. First thing you want to do, I'm going to show you on this wire. So this wire would be the end on there. It has a 3-prong connector. You have 3 separate wires and 3 separate coiling systems on here. So what you want to do is put your ohm meter at the 200 ohm range, one side here and the other side to ground on the battery. So one directly on the ground on the battery and one on here. There should be no connectivity to ground. You do that with all 3. This one here, all of them were connected to ground, so they're all shorting out very, very slightly. The other one, if you have no connectivity to ground, like it's all good, you're not shorting out, the next thing you want to do is an AC voltage test. So switch your ohm meter over to AC voltage. And what you're going to do is put your probes between the 1st and 2nd wire, the 1st and 3rd wire, and 2nd and 3rd wire. And the engine has to be running for the AC voltage test. So fire up the motor, let it warm up, and then probe either here or here with the ohm meter set to AC voltage. This bike was only getting 12, 9, and 4 AC volts, which is very, very low. So it was totally toast. A couple other things I want to talk about is the stator or generating coil. So this is the, you have to drain the oil. First thing, take the gas tank seat off, disconnect your battery cable. There's one bolt here that takes the gas tank off. Undo the tank line, the feed line. Make sure you shut your fuel valve off or it'll pour out on you. And there's one breather line here that goes to the tank. Just lift it, wiggle it back and forth, pull it out, that'll come off. Next thing you want to do, I actually did, I drained the oil like a day prior to this to make sure everything was out. So I drained the oil, took the oil filter off. I took this plate off. 2 things you have to realize here is you got 2 dowels. So there's one dowel here and there's one dowel here. So you can't pry it from the upper position. You have to actually pry it slightly and gently here because you don't want to mal this surface area. Once you get it there, just wiggle it back and forth. Be patient. It'll come off. That comes out and this is the jobby here. So there's 2, 4, 6 bolts on that. I took the clutch cover off. This is the clutch linkage because I tried to scrape as much as this gasket material off as I could. You'll see here at the bottom it's pretty rough to do, but try and get as much as you can off. You definitely need to order a new gasket cover because these things are made of paper with a little bit of rubber. But all in all, it's a pretty easy job, real easy compared to 2-stroke engines where you have to use a puller to pull that magnetic housing off. What else to say? So you need to change your oil, pour the oil out, you need to put a new gasket on, and do not put the 3-prong connector on. This kit comes with a connector kit, like a plug in the end. You have to feed this all the way through before you put that 3-prong connector on. And another thing you need to do here is you see this little passage here, so you'll have to actually coat this wire in sealant so that the oil doesn't go through. So coat all around here in good sealant. I would say like obviously like a 2-stroke base gasket sealant would be really good, something oil resistant, because this whole unit is filled with oil. So that's about it. It's a rainy day out here, but get this finished off and see how she goes, and that's about it. Take care.